Just before starting, if everyone, those who are there in the meeting, can you just check that what is your last qualification? Just type in the chat box your last qualification. Everyone, please. Amit Agarwal, BCom. Okay. Others also. Amit Agarwal, BCom, C with Nawab, ICMA Inter, Jitin BBA, Mohammad Pasa MBA, then Mohammad Akib BCom, then Jay Kumar BCom. Okay. Others also. Please type in the chat box GR Rahman MBA. Then others also, please type in the chat box your last qualification. Rehan Khan, MCom, good. Then Mudassar MBA Finance, good. So that we know who are there and what is your qualification, so that we will be able to guide you accordingly. That's the only reason. Okay, good, good. I think let's start. I am here, Prakash Saraf from Saraf Academy. Have teaching experience of around 30 years, 30 plus years, professionally around 20 plus years. And with me, we have Mr. Anis Bose from Regional Manager East of IMA Institute. Our objective is to have this session for maximum 40 to 60 minutes. For first 15-20 minutes, Mr. Anis will be explaining you the benefit of IME, what are the opportunities, what are the job prospects, and some basic knowledge about CMA US IMA course. Then I will be explaining some of the syllabus content and the cost, duration, how much you need to study. Then at the end, we will have the doubt session. Whatever your questions are there, you are free to ask all those questions which are not covered. Once we complete, me and Mr. Anis will complete the discussion. Then whatever questions are there, you all are free to ask. Okay. Just I can say that whenever we are asking anything, if communication is there, will be better. And then if you have any doubts, then have patience. We are there. We are not going anywhere. And we will discuss all your doubts, all your queries, which will be left even after our discussion of 20 minutes. Okay? So thank you to all of you for joining this. And let's start. Anis, you start your session.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope I am audible to all of you. Just if you can please come to the chat option and write yes.
But you need to share your
Fantastic.
screen, sir.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I can get couple of yes in your in the portal, and thanks that I am audible and I am able to reach even till Pakistan, because I think I have seen Mudassar Ahmed, you're from Pakistan. So welcome to this particular webinar. I am not a faculty, so do not expect a lot of gyan or uh, uh, lot of notes that I will give you. So I will try to explain this entire concept of today's session, and I will try to explain the relevancy of US CMA in today's world and why it is relevant. It is also very important. So before we start this session, I want to tell you, share a small real life thing that happened to me last weekend. During this Diwali, sir, I planned a small vacation with my family. Now, all of you, those who are attending this session, you might be thinking, why this man is talking about his personal vacation on a CMA webinar. So this place was in a remote town in West Bengal, India. And when I searched the Google map, it showed me three locations, three particular routes. So typically one of the route did not have any toll tax, but the road was very congested and the road took a lot of more time. The road condition was also not good. Another road had some few toll tax, but it was little faster. But yes, some amount of congestions in the on the 125-kilometer stretch, and some part of the road was also little broken, not very smooth. And there was one more route which had the highest toll tax, and it was through Bardhaman district with an additional 50 kilometer of distance. So quite obvious in today's world when the petrol is 106 rupees, I thought that taking that extra 50 kilometer will not be a wise option. So then I consulted few of my friends who usually go out for their weekend trips, and they told me to take the second one, which has bit of toll tax, a bit of difficulty on the road. Maybe the roads will not be as smooth as you get in that extra 50 kilometer wala route, but that road will be decent enough. So in why I'm talking about this personal vacation, because in our real life also, when we come and get stuck at particular situation and we are unable to take a decision that which path is the right path for us and which one should I choose, we usually go back to our seniors or our teachers, or we talk to some of the counselors and try to find out from Google or internet or YouTube videos that what should be the right path for us, which will have less amount of difficulty, but maybe a little higher toll tax, but less of petrol consumption, but we will ultimately reach the destination with some amount of effort from our side. So similarly, those who have done BCom, those who have done MBA, those who are in the ICMA inter situation, those who have done BBA, I'm sure you all of you are today in this particular webinar because you want to gather more and more information so that you can choose a so-called better path which will take you to a better life in next 2 years. Now, when I'm talking about US CMA, that you might be thinking that this gentleman will say that if you don't do US CMA, the complete future is absolutely dark. So the situation is not like that. You will find a lot of people doing only BCom will also get job. A lot of people doing even MBA also will not get job. So it is not about that it's a इसको लगा डाला तो लाइव झींगा डाला type of Tata Sky wala model. So you will have to do a lot of hard work in the process of doing this preparation. In this process, there will be a lot of learning, and the situation is not that what you get today, but the situation is where do you want to see yourself in next 10 years? That is very important. Because pre-lockdown, before something called COVID happened in our life, the situation of education was completely different. The job market was very different. And today, the entire job format is different. Before lockdown, we could not think of a situation where I will sit in Calcutta, India, and you will sit in Pakistan and listen to me over a platform called Zoom. But today, we are pursuing the entire training through a Zoom platform. So similarly, the way I am talking, when you attend the US CMA classes, Prakash sir will also deliver these classes on this platform itself. The way you wrote that you have pursued BBA, MBA, BCom, you can write your queries, question, the response of the questions that sir asked on this platform itself. Whenever there is a question, whenever there is a doubt, you can go to the React option and raise your hand virtually and ask your question then there itself. So you understand when Prakash sir teaches these classes. He makes very small batches of these courses so that he can give you ultimate focus and ultimate attention when he is taking these sessions. Because these are not basic Excel classes, or these are not basic communication skill building classes. This has a lot of concept. Moreover, lot of implementation of your concept is important. So when we talk about US CMA, before that, I want to showcase few of the data points which I think will be very relevant in today's world. Prakash sir, if you can please confirm if my PPT is visible. Thank you. So just after this webinar, make use of the internet in a better way and go to the internet and write how many students pass BCom every year. Just a simple question, no strategy, no data point, nothing. Just type how many students pass BCom every year. You will get an approximately 2020-21 report, which is little old, almost 4-5 years old, which says that close to 43 lakh BCom students complete their BCom every year in India. Now, beyond BCom, there is MCom, there is MBA, there is BBA, there is BCA, MCA, and there is a fleet of engineers in this world. So when you are fighting for getting a job or a stable job for that matter, you are not competing with the BComs of the world, you are competing with the graduates of the world. So it is very important that how fine-tuned you can do on your career, on your CV, on your resume, that is very important. I am sure if you are inquiring about US CMA, you have done some amount of homework, and based on the homework, you have inquired about this program with Saraf Academy, and today you are on this particular webinar. I'm sure you know that the pass marks for US CMA part exams is 360 out of 500. If you don't know, you can just parallelly keep a note of these data. So the pass marks for the US CMA exam is 360 out of 500. Now tell me one student, Harish, who got 360 and cleared the exam, another student, Manish, who got 420 out of 500. So the comparison is that when a student is evaluated in an interview, it all depends how he handles that interview and not only the number that he got in that examination. We'll have to try and understand this situation, why there is a dearth of the job in this world. See, there are companies, corporates, HRs who are complaining that we have requirement, but we are unable to get right set of manpower. There are fleet of students who are looking for job, but they're not getting jobs. So the real fact is that there is a skill gap. What is the skill gap? Because any university through which you do BCom, MBA, or BBA, it is very difficult for a university to keep on updating, upgrading their curriculum every year as per the corporate requirement. So obviously there will be a skill gap, which there was a skill gap, there is a skill gap, and there will be a skill gap. So based on your plan of action, where do you want to see yourself in next 10 years? You will have to understand your strength and weakness and identify which is the path which will have little amount of taxing, little amount of hard work, but it will take you to your achieved area where you want to go ahead. What is the scenario of these finance jobs in this world? If I'm talking about India, India is now called the GCC capital of the world. What is GCC? GCC is the Global Capability Center. This is a paper cutting which came on 3rd or 6th of August, Times of India, in India itself. And if you want to go back to the newspaper and you can check this newspaper itself, that this is the number of GCCs which has come in India. They have registered in India, but they are yet to start their operations. So close to 1800 GCCs have registered in India because India is the youngest population right now. And the companies, those who work with global clients, जिसके clients all across the world हैं, they are finding people available, educated in India, and they're setting up these organizations. What is GCC? Global Capability Center, which means that an organization is based out of India, but their capability is to handle all global clients across the world. There are close to 70 such GCCs, which has more than 5,000 employees working in India. JP Morgan Chase, which is the largest bank, investment bank to be precise, they have 55,000 employees working in India. Citibank, HSBC बैंक, जिसने अपना रिटेल बैंक बंद कर दिया है. You must be aware that Citibank has sold off their retail bank to Axis Bank recently, 2 years back. Citibank and HSBC, who are completely working in GCCs and handling the global client, they have an employee base of 32,000, 24,000. Just imagine, जो 1800 GCC इंडिया में रजिस्टर हुए हैं, in next 5, 7, 10 years, when these GCCs start getting activated and start hiring manpower, I promise you, India will not be able to supply that amount of finance manpower to this GCC. So the future of the career, what we today think is AI, may not be only AI, but the future can be also for finance, and it will be for finance. So those who are thinking कि मैंने तो बीकॉम ले लिया है या बीबीए ले लिया है, मुझे आगे जाके एमबीए करना पड़ेगा या एमकॉम करना पड़ेगा, then only I'll start getting jobs. So there are fleet of MBAs, including the IIMs, who are also not getting placed. So it is not that BCom, MCom, BBA, MBA certificate which will get you job, but you will have to also understand that what the corporates are asking for and why and how soon I can get myself upskilled for these particular things. I will not compare between US CMA versus other certification. Every certification has its own importance, and every certification has its own role to play. It is you who will have to do this comparison, that you want to invest 4, 5 important years of your life, or you want to complete a certification like globally accepted in 150 countries, US CMA, and want to work for next 3 years. आपके जो दोस्त अगले 5 साल सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए प्रिपरेशन करेंगे और आप 1 साल में, मैक्सिमम 1.5 साल में सर्टिफिकेशन कंप्लीट करके अगले 3 साल जब नौकरी करोगे, where you reach and when they start their career itself. So you will have to do this homework. You will have to identify what is right and wrong for you. Like the way I have done my homework, कि कौन सा route मुझे लेना चाहिए, which will give me little less of petrol consumption and but a better way of reaching my destination. Everything you need to know about IMA or US CMA, we will talk in the minimum number of slides that is possible, because I know that you have done your homework. If you have not done your homework, you can reach out to Saraf Academy, or you can do little bit of Google, or you can go to YouTube channel of Saraf Academy and find out n number of videos on this US CMA itself. But in short, if I have to tell you, there are 140,000 members across the 150 countries who are associated with IMA. Just imagine the network. When you start looking for job, you reach out to your seniors, to your brothers, to your relatives. भैया मेरा सीवी आप रख लो, देखना आपके अगर कोई जान पहचान में है तो मेरा सीवी थोड़ा फॉरवर्ड कर देना. And you can reach to 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. But just imagine the power of 1,40,000 members in 150 countries across the world, and you are a part of that particular member. There are more than 1 lakh people who have already qualified CMA and they are working in different companies, not only the finance companies. I repeat this once again. Not only the finance companies, but also in healthcare, also in hospitality, also in different industries where people are associated with global clients. We have 12 global offices across the world. There are 350 chapters. Chapter is the network of the alumni, those who have already completed their US CMA. They voluntarily work for IMA, and to build the network of placements, to build the network of students, like people, those who are preparing for US CMA, they need to take guidance from their seniors. So these chapters basically handhold their juniors, help them how to prepare for these examinations, also try to find out or share how they have prepared and they have managed their classes. Some of them were students, some of them were professionals. So those who were students, they managed their classes along with their preparations of CMA. Some of them who were professionals, they managed their office pressure, deadlines, and also cleared their CMA. 100+ years of legacy. अगर 100 साल से एक इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटेंट ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड काम कर रहा है इतने अच्छे तरह से, आई एम श्योर वी हैव डन समथिंग वंडरफुली गुड for our members across the globe. That's the reason why we have been doing 100 in this world for 100 years. This exam is a online examination. This exam happens in January, February, May, June, September, and October. So out of 12 months, you have the freedom to choose that when you want to write the exam. You start your classes now in October. Another 3 to 4 months, you complete one part. Parallel to your preparations, when you're practicing your mock examinations, clarifying your doubts, sitting with sir online or face to face, clarifying your doubts, and again revisiting your papers, practicing, identifying your strength areas which can give you more score, identifying your weak areas and working on those weak areas. You choose which month you want to write the exam. If you think in the month of April that you are ready to write the examination, go book your seat and write the exam in the month of May or June. If you think that no, I am scared, I am not ready, I need more practice, you decide that I want to postpone my exam to the month of September or October, it is your call. So you take that decision, book your seat for the September and October examination, go sit for the examination, finish it off. There are two parts, part one and part two. If you think that your part two is well prepared and you can write, you're ready for part two, IMA gives you the freedom that you can go and write part two first and prepare well for the part one and go and hit the exam hall for the part one later on. So you can choose to write which part you want to write first, two or one or two. So as I told you, that 12 to 18 months is the maximum time that you should plan, should budget yourself, that मुझे अगले 1-1.5 साल में खत्म करना है. I'll tell you, if you are starting your classes now, even if you don't write the exam in January and February, you can write one part definitely in the month of May and June. And the second part you can write in the month of September and October. So sitting in October, attending this webinar, you decide that I want to write US CMA, and next October you are out with the certificate that you have cleared both the papers. So this is the fastest way to get a professional certification, which is accepted in 150 countries in the world. If you have to find out how many countries are there, it is approximately 194 or 95 countries. So you can imagine that almost three-fourths of the world is accepting your certification. So today, sitting here in India or in Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, or UAE, Middle East countries, you can think, prepare yourself well, clear the examinations, and start appearing for these interviews. You name a brand, and they are hiring US CMA certificate. What is the role of these profiles who are clearing US CMA and getting a job? So, of course, since you are certified management accountant, so you get a job of a management accountant. The designation varies from company to company. The role will vary from company to company. You can get a job of a cost accountant, a treasurer, finance controller, a head of finance, chief internal auditor, chief financial officer. So, as I see that one of you was CA intern, so just imagine the role of a CA is based on the Indian tax, Indian laws. So your role is confined to India and some parts of Middle East. And the basic job profile of a CA is to maintain the finance, the book of accounts, and the way the government has laid down the rules. You are supposed to check whether they have paid the tax in time, whether the book of records have been maintained or not. All these things which has already happened, you're just ensuring, auditing, and finding that if all these things have been mentioned very well or not. The role of a management accountant is more of a CFO's role, a more of a foresighted role where you sit in an office where your team decides that in next 5 years, in next 10 years, what should be the growth plan of your organization. So when we talk about the breakup of this examination, there are two parts, as I told you, part one, part two. So part one basically covers financial planning, performance, analytics. Part two covers strategic financial management. Many of you, those who are BBA, MBA, you might be scared. We were not good in accountancy, and that's a reason why we chose to go for BBA or MBA. We did not want to get into that rote learning of final accounts and those book of accounts. So we chose management as a part of it. So let me tell you that this particular exam will have very less amount of accounting, and it is more of management. So if I have to give you the breakup, the first part has 6 subjects. And if you see 6 subjects, many of the subjects were also common in your graduation examination. And out of these 6 subjects, every subject carries a weightage. So the first one, external financial reporting decision, which is more of an accounting part, carries only 15% weightage in the part one examination. Planning, budgeting, forecasting, more of a management role, more of a leadership role, carries 20% of the weightage. Performance management. So you make a strategy and you try to evaluate if that strategy is working well or not for the organization, and how to evaluate that strategy. You need to understand performance management. So 20% of the weightage is on performance management. Cost management. How do you control your cost? Which all areas you want to increase your investment? So cost management plays a very important role here also. So the 15% weightage is on cost management. Internal controls, technology and analytics. AI or the technology is changing the job of the finance sector also. 5 years back, when we heard about some of the companies hiring fresh BCom graduates out of the college in accounts receivable, accounts payable, these kind of job opportunities, and they were getting somewhere around 1.8 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs of CTC in a country like India, and maximum to 3.5 lakhs of salary. Those kind of jobs are either shrinking or it is vanishing from the shelf because of AI, because of technology. It is very important for you to understand that not today, in next 5 years, where this world is going to change. And in next 10 years, where you want to see yourself. Similarly, in the second part, you have financial statement analysis, corporate finance, and so on and so forth. So I am not an academician, so I don't want to get into this particular part. And probably Prakash sir will talk more on this particular area. The CMA part, as I said, that it has two parts. Each part will have a test duration of 4 hours. So the first 3 hours is 100 multiple choice question. So you can see that the mode of teaching and the mode of the examination is very student friendly. It is not that you have to mug up theories and you have to write pages of answers to clear this examinations. 100 multiple choice questions. If your concepts are clear, if you know how to implement it, if you know how to crack that case study, you can control this 100 multiple choice questions just based on the way how you know your concepts. After you clear this 100 multiple choice question, there will be two essay type questions of 30 minutes each, where you have to type your answer in the computer screen. So basically, the test conducting platform is Prometric. So once you book your seat, you have to go to the Prometric exam center and appear for this examination. So we'll give you guidance when you go for the examination. There will be a second, third, fourth round of sessions. We can't talk about the entire journey in one webinar itself. So we'll talk about those sessions when we go more deeper into it. So this exam, this US CMA certification is extremely relevant in today's world. And why it is relevant? Because in today's world, this exam, which has only two parts, but 12 subjects, and these 12 subjects are based on a management accounting competency framework. And what does that do? This particular framework, through these two part of examinations of US CMA, is evaluating your core competencies in these areas, reporting and control, how strong you are with reporting and control. Report is a set of data. A data, until and unless you're able to analyze that data, do a prediction, and make a projection, strategy, planning based on that data is just a piece of Excel sheet in front of you. So how good you are in controlling this particular data, your business acumen and operations. Tomorrow, you're going to be in the seat of a CFO, the chief financial officer, which is the backbone of an organization. And that organization is going to decide where I want to steer my company's future in next 10 years and 15 years, 20 years time. Your strategy, your planning, your performance of those strategy and the planning, your leadership qualities, all these things are evaluated in this particular role. And this is the reason why you go for an MBA degree, spend some 10, 20, 15 lakhs of rupees, 2 years of time to get this kind of acumen. So today, whether you are a BCom or a BBA or an MCom or an MBA, this is the most relevant certification that you can think of, which will not take you to the rote accounting rules, regulations, theoretical mug-up kind of concepts, but more of practical learning and understanding the concept based on the real life examples. It is said to be the gold standard because globally 150 countries are accepting. If I have to give you a data, in India, among the number of people who write this exam, close to 60% of the takers come from a state called Kerala. You will be surprised to know that these students, after clearing their US CMA, they go to the Middle East countries, work for 5-10 years, mint money like anything, and then come back to India and set up their own business or own company, startup. So this is the future of finance, which is going to take you to a different level altogether, which at this present moment before this webinar, without knowing these data, I'm sure it will be difficult for you to take such kind of decisions. It companies who are hiring you, HPE, the company which manufactures laptop, HPE, Wipro, Johnson and Johnson, Philips, the big fours, of course, in the world, the IBMs, the Caterpillar. There are companies like Paperchase, DXC Technologies, Wipro, Wells Fargo. So there are many companies in India also who are hiring people and who are globally certified graduates or master degree holder, postgraduates in this world. With this, I would like to hand over to Prakash sir, because my session will be limited to these data and not much of an academic part. Sir will talk about more of the academic part and how sir takes the classes. At the same time, the batch start plan and when can you join the earliest and start your classes. You can also reach out to me on the LinkedIn profile. So my name is Anish Bose. If you search on LinkedIn, you can reach out to me. Drop a message that you were a student or a webinar attendee of Saraf Academy, and then we can start the conversation from there itself. Thank you so much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anish ji. Thank you. Fantastic presentation, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Now,
So, in case any of the participants, if you have any questions, I am available in this webinar. After sir finishes his part, we will take these questions jointly. So in case you forget, write it down somewhere so that you can post those questions at this end of the session. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, what is the summary? Whatever Mr. Anish said. First thing is that in India, global capability centers are coming. They are already there and they are coming more and more. And they are going to hire huge number of persons in accounting, business and finance field. Those cannot be supplied by Indian government. I am just giving you one example. Yesterday data that in US, the Indians, those who are there in US, they are 78% of the entire populations in US. The 78% Indians are extra qualified, professionally qualified, not only in accounting, but in engineering and other field also. As compared to US population, which is US born persons, they are 36% qualified. So Indians are double than whatever US has in the US. Now Mr. Trump is saying that we will not be hiring persons from outside US or India, whether this is possible, whether they can sustain. Indians are growing everywhere. In Middle East, when I am conducting classes, when I am talking to students are saying that कि सर मेरे कंपनी में बताया गया है कि अगर आपके पास CMA नहीं है, मिडिल ईस्ट, सऊदी, कतर, दुबई, तंजानिया, Saudi Arabia, all these countries, entire 7 Middle East countries, Most of the places, the students has been informed, the professionals, those who are working informed that you can't stay here if you don't have professional qualification. Either CMA US or FMAA or CSCA, for sustaining in Middle East, you need to have professional qualification. Then only you can be here, otherwise tata bye bye. If I will say suppose Qatar has given 400 crore value aircraft to Mr. Trump. For Qatar, that's a peanut, nothing. But then because of that, Qatar and Saudi has entered into an agreement with US that if there will be any problem, any fight between Qatar or Saudi with any other country, then US will be a part of that. Why I am saying these things? आपको अगर जॉब करना है, अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहिए, इंडिया है जहां पर जीसीसी है और कॉर्पोरेट्स है, मिडिल ईस्ट है, यूएस है, कनाडा है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, न्यूजीलैंड है, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज है, यूके है, ये सारे कंट्रीज हैं. इफ यू आर इन इंडिया, देन यू नीड टू बी, आई कैन से चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स और सीएमए. If you are in India, in taxation or maybe regulatory matters, you require to be a chartered accountant or CMA. But if you are working in the field of accounting, finance, management accounting, internal control, auditing, CEO, CFO, all these roles, then in that case, it is not required that you need to have a CA degree or a CMA degree, which you can do your research on your own, which is my understanding. If you are going outside India, say Dubai, Middle East, or you are going in US, Canada, UK, any country, Indian tax knowledge, Indian regulatory knowledge is not required there. They have their different setup. Then in that case, that regulatory knowledge is not relevant. Then you need to have the understanding of accounting, business and finance. Somebody was asking AI accounting. AI accounting होता क्या है भाई? Accounting को ही तो AI करेगा ना. What is AI? AI means suppose you are using a chat GPT model. There are some questions you require. You want to write a mail. You want to reply to somebody. तो अब चैट जीपीटी को पूछ रहे हैं भैया मेरे लिए मेल ड्राफ्ट कर दो. तो एआई क्या करेगा? अकाउंटिंग आपके बजाय एआई आपका अकाउंटिंग करने लगेगा. लेकिन क्या एआई सब कुछ कर लेगा? अकाउंट्स पीएल बैलेंस शीट बना देगा, हो गया? कि आपने उसको समझेंगे. जो एआई एनालिसिस करेगा, एक ह्यूमन बीइंग्स उससे बेटर एनालिसिस कर सकता है. एआई इज फॉर हेल्पिंग यू, फॉर मी, यू टू डू योर जॉब फास्टर, बट एआई कैनॉट कंप्लीट योर जॉब. If you know the accounting, suppose I am giving an example. I published that suppose I am taking a webinar and I asked my team that I will be talking in the webinar about revenue recognition. Okay. Now revenue recognition is IFRS 16, but AI has taken something else as IS 18 and writing about revenue. That is wrong. AI is doing so many times mistake. Who will identify that mistake? Who will be working beyond AI? AI cannot do everything. Otherwise, nobody is required. We need to understand that we need to increase our skills, knowledge beyond AI. Opportunity. मैं जिस बिल्डिंग में हूं वहां पर करीब 50 ऑफिसेस है. दिस इज माई रेसिडेंस, बट आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफिशियल बिल्डिंग. जब भी मैं खड़ा होता हूं कोई ना कोई मेरे को बोलता है सर आप तो इतने लोग को पढ़ाते हैं, हमें आदमी चाहिए, क्या आप हेल्प कर सकते हैं? मतलब दुनिया में जॉब ही जॉब है, लेकिन टू द सूटेड पर्सन आप वो काम कर सकते हैं. आप उनको हेल्प कर सकते हैं, आप उनका कॉस्ट कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, आप उनका डिसीजन ले सकते हैं, आप उनका फाइनेंशियल चेंजेस को हेल्प कर सकते हैं. तब जॉब है. जॉब कोई डिग्री से नहीं है. डिग्री से यू आर गेटिंग एन एंट्री, बट ग्रोथ इन लाइफ हाउ यू विल बी गेटिंग? व्हेन यू हैव स्किल्स, व्हेन यू हैव नॉलेज. अगर आप मान लीजिए बीकॉम बीबीए करते हो, कलकत्ता में जितने भी कॉलेजेस वगैरह हैं, जनरली कॉस्ट आ रहा है 3 से 3.5 लाख बीकॉम बीबीए करने का. अगर आप सीए करते हो, इंडियन सीए सीएम में खर्चा आ रहा है 3 से 3.5 लाख. आई एम कंसिडरिंग इंस्टीट्यूट चार्जेस, ट्रेनिंग क्लासेस, स्टडी मटेरियल, एवरीथिंग. व्हेन यू कंपेयर द कॉस्ट, you need to compare everything, man. You need to compare the knowledge, skills, recognition, opportunities, cost, duration, everything. तब तो आप कंपेयर करोगे ना मेरे को कौन सा कोर्स करना है नहीं करना है. Whether you study from me, somebody else, self study, doesn't matter. But you need to do comparison on 3-4 parameters. भैया कोर्स का वैल्यू क्या है, मार्केट में अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेगी कि नहीं, कोर्स में क्या पढ़ाया जाता है, उसका मार्केट में डिमांड है कि नहीं. सीएमए यूएस कोर्स हर साल कुछ ना कुछ चेंजेस लाता है बेस्ड ऑन व्हाई द 500 फॉर्च्यून कंपनीज जस्ट नाउ सर सोड आर हायरिंग सीएमए. आप मेरा बात भूल जाइए. वॉट एवर अनीस और प्रकाश इज सेइंग, फॉरगेट. You need to do your research on your own. How many companies are hiring CMA, not only in India, all over the world? What are the packages offered? How much I can earn as a fresh CMA? If I have already the experience, then what is the package I will be able to earn? What will be the cost to do the course? What is the pass percentage in the course? After doing CMA, what are the opportunities I will be getting? मैं इन सब का जवाब दे रहा हूं भाई. पहले मैंने बोला कि अगर इंडिया में आप है, आपको टैक्स या रेगुलेटरी एरिया में काम करना है, सीएमए इज नॉट फॉर यू, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट स्टडिंग इन सीएमए टैक्सेशन और एनी कंट्री रेगुलेशन. बट इफ यू वांट टू वर्क इन अकाउंटिंग, बिजनेस एंड फाइनेंस, विच इज इंक्लूडिंग एआई, आईटी, इंटरनल कंट्रोल, ऑडिटिंग, कोई भी एरिया जो मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग से रिलेटेड है, फिनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग से रिलेटेड है, बिजनेस डिसीजन मेकिंग से रिलेटेड है, वो यहां पर बहुत प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड समझाया जा रहा है, नॉट मगिंग अप. इफ यू हैव द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, देन यू कैन सॉल्व द पेपर, देन यू विल बी गेटिंग द अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन लाइफ. एंड फॉर दैट रीजन दीज आर रिकॉग्नाइज कोर्सेस ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. हमारे पास कोई नहीं आता कि मैं दुबई से हूं मेरे को सीए करना है. हमारे पास ये जरूर आता है सर मैं दुबई से हूं मेरे को सीएमए करना है, क्योंकि उसको मालूम है वहां पर सीए का वैल्यू नहीं है. और अगर वो करना भी चाहे 5 years, 1 year, यू कंपेयर द ड्यूरेशन. 5 year बोलने में बहुत इजी लगता है, बट 5 year, 1 year, इट्स अ होल लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस. आई एम 50. आफ्टर 5 year व्हाट विल हैपन आई डोंट नो. मेरे को सोचना है, मेरे को वैसा चीज करना है जिसका वैल्यू है, जिसका अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, जो फटाफट किया जा सकता है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू कैन पास विदाउट स्टडी. इफ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्टडी यू कैन नॉट पास, बट स्टडी हाउ मच? 2.5 hours रेगुलरली. If you are ready to give me 2.5 hours, I am giving you guarantee in first attempt I will make you pass. But you need to study 2.5 hours regularly. The cost of CMA for an undergraduates, including discount, study material, training classes, institute charges, exam fees, everything is 1.45 lakh as on today. ये कॉस्ट है. और अगर आप ग्रेजुएट है, यू आर अ प्रोफेशनल, then institute cost is around 1.93 lakh, including everything. Institute का registration, exam fees, part 1, part 2, training classes, certified material, our own resources, live class, recorded class, everything. If you do BCom, BBA, if you do CA and all that, any course has a cost 3.5 lakh. आप ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हैं तो भी भैया यहां तो ग्रेजुएशन से भी खर्चा कम है. ग्रेजुएशन 3 साल का है, 4 साल का है, सीए 5 साल का है, सीएमए 5 साल का है. यहां कितना साल है? 1 साल. आप मेरी बात मत सुनिए, जो बोल रहा हूं फैक्ट बोल रहा हूं, आप अपना रिसर्च करिए. 1 साल में कोर्स हो रहा है और वो सारी चीजें आप जान रहे हैं जिसका बिजनेस में आज भी वैल्यू है और जो 5 साल 10 साल बाद भी वैल्यू रहेगा. फॉर दैट रीजन सर वाज सेइंग दैट यू थिंक अबाउट 10 years फ्रॉम नाउ where you want to be, what you want to achieve. मेहनत करना होगा, because most of the students are MBA, most of the students are graduate, already working or maybe searching for job. तो आपको अपने काम के साथ इसको अपने दिनचर्या में लाना होगा. We have classes live always the way I am saying now, like that live classes. Saturday morning 7 to 10. There is no job in the world. If you are from Dubai, Middle East, 2 hours earlier. One day you can get up at 5 o'clock, man. That much efforts you need to put. And the second class is on Monday evening, 8 p.m. Monday evening, 8 p.m. India time, live class, 8 to 11. And Saturday morning, 7 to 10, live class. 2 days live, 5 days you will do self-study. 6 hours with me. And the balance every day you will study 2.5 hours regularly. Guarantee of passing in one go. गारंटी ऑफ पासिंग इन वन गो. मैं गारंटी बोल, सब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है. आपको डेली 2-2.5 घंटे पढ़ना है और आपको गारंटी ऑफ पासिंग है। आप अगर बीबीए हो, बीकॉम हो, आप अगर सीएमए इंटर किए हो, आप कोई क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है, आपके पास ग्रेजुएशन है। ग्रेजुएशन के बेसिस पे मार्केट में जॉब क्या है? अगर आप ऑलरेडी जॉब कर रहे हैं, क्या पैसा मिल रहा है? अराउंड 2.5 लाख। आप अगर सीएमए करोगे, आपका सैलरी, आपका इनकम डबल हो जाएगा। 1 year investment, around 1.93 lakh investment, and you started earning double. If you are an MBA, why you are thinking of doing CMA or any course? काय हम लोग बोल रहे हैं इसलिए थोड़ी ना। आप वहां सोचिए कि अगर आप ऑलरेडी एमबीए हो फिर भी आपको कोर्स करना है, यानी कि आई एम नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग योर एमबीए, बट फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव डन दैट एमबीए, यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड 5 to 10 लाख मिनिमम। उसका रिटर्न क्या है, रिवॉर्ड क्या है? मतलब 5 से 10 लाख आपने इन्वेस्ट किया विदाउट सोचे समझे, विदाउट रिसर्च किए हुए, और अभी रिवॉर्ड कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है, और अपने सीएमए करने जा रहे हैं जहां पर 1.93 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट है, जहां पर आपका इनकम डबल हो सकता है। वहां पर आप ठीक से सोचते नहीं हो। सोचना तो आप ही को पड़ेगा ना। आई कैन जस्ट हेल्प, आई कैन से, बट मैं आपको फोर्स तो नहीं कर सकता ना। ना मेरे को करना है कि आप ये करिए, ना मेरे से पढ़, किसी और से पढ़िए भाई। जहां अच्छा लगे वहां करिए, सेल्फ स्टडी करिए। बट आपका जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है वो आपको रिवॉर्ड ही रिवॉर्ड देने वाला है। और जो वैल्यू सीएमए यूएस कोर्स की आज है और आने वाले समय में जो होने वाली है, बिकॉज ऑफ द कोर्स करिकुलम कंटेंट, बिकॉज ऑफ द टीम, यू कैन कंपेयर विथ एनी कोर्स इन द वर्ल्ड। मेहनत करना होगा 1 साल लगन से, along with your job, you will be able to start earning more। मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा आज ही कोर्स किए कल आपका डबल इनकम हो जाएगा। मे बी 1 महीना लगेगा। मे बी देयर इज ए जेस्टेशन पीरियड दैट व्हेन यू डू समथिंग यू गेट रिवॉर्ड इन सम टाइम। मे बी 1.5 महीना लगेगा, मे बी 50, बट गारंटी या रिवॉर्ड तो मिलेगा ही ना। इफ you compare with BCom, BBA, CA, any course, the cost is half, the duration is 1/4, 1/5, and the reward is endless। आपको ये सोचना है मेरे को ये करना है कि नहीं, आपके ऊपर है भाई। इट्स नॉट इजी। कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी शुड बी देयर। मल्टीपल चॉइस एग्जाम्स आर नॉट इजी। इफ योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर क्लियर यू कैन पास, बट इफ यू वांट टू मग अप यू कांट पास। जो हम पढ़ाएंगे आपको मन से पढ़ना है और हम आपको एक बार में पास कराएंगे। इवन दो अनीस वाज सेइंग दैट एग्जाम मई जून में होगा। मई जून में क्यों, जैन फेब बहुत टाइम है। अगर आप डेली 2-2.5 घंटे पढ़ोगे, पहला एग्जाम फरवरी में देंगे, दूसरा एग्जाम जून में देंगे, खत्म। अगर आप रेगुलरली 2-2.5 घंटे पढ़ोगे, जून 2026 यू आर सीएमए यूएस क्वालिफाइड। आप सोच रहे थे इधर आपका सीएमए हो गया, वर्स्ट टू वर्स्ट क्या होगा, कोई एक टर्म एक्स्ट्रा लग गया, कुछ हो गया, तो अक्टूबर, इन 1 year you are a professionally qualified, which is the recognized qualification value all over the world। You think what are the benefits you will be getting। मैं और जॉब वगैरह के बारे में नहीं बोल रहा, बिकॉज वो आपको सोचना है। आप मेरे से पूछोगे, अनीस से पूछोगे, हम बता देंगे, लेकिन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड योर सेल्फ दैट वेदर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर देयर, वेदर जॉब्स आर देयर, वेदर दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट इज वर्थ, वेदर माई इन्वेस्टिंग 1 year इन द कोर्स विल गिव मी फ्रूट्स। आपको देखना है, आपको कंपेयर करना है, आपको एनालिसिस करना है। इफ आई विल गो into cost breakup properly, because other things we have, yes, other things we have already discussed, but if we go in the cost breakup, this is as on the institute cost, which includes all the component, no hidden cost। इंस्टीट्यूट का सीएमए इंस्टीट्यूट को पे करना पड़ता है इन डॉलर, यूएस का इंस्टीट्यूट है तो डॉलर में पे करना पड़ता है। एंट्रेंस फीस एंड मेंबरशिप फी फॉर प्रोफेशनल्स, फॉर स्टूडेंट अलग है। प्रोफेशनल मतलब दोज हु आर ऑलरेडी ग्रेजुएट एंड दे आर नॉट डूइंग फुल टाइम मास्टर्स एमकॉम, ये सब मतलब वो स्टूडेंट नहीं है, वो काम कर रहे हैं नहीं, मतलब नहीं, स्टूडेंट लाइफ खत्म हो गया। दे हैव कंप्लीटेड ग्रेजुएशन एंड दे आर नॉट डूइंग फुल टाइम मास्टर्स एमकॉम एनीथिंग, तो हम लोग उनको प्रोफेशनल मानते हैं। और स्टूडेंट अगर ग्रेजुएशन कर रहा है, ग्रेजुएशन नहीं हुआ, और या मास्टर्स फुल टाइम कर रहा है, ग्रेजुएशन के बाद मास्टर्स एमकॉम कुछ भी कर रहा है फुल टाइम, तो वो स्टूडेंट कैटेगरी में है। उनके लिए एंट्रेंस और मेंबरशिप फी इंस्टीट्यूट का है $439, प्रोफेशनल्स $720। पार्ट 1 पार्ट 2 एग्जाम फीस फॉर स्टूडेंट $480, फॉर प्रोफेशनल $643 through Saraf Academy. Through Saraf Academy, the 439 will become 242, the 480 will become 312, and for professionals 720 will become 386 and 643 will become 515. So ultimately the normal fees of the institute for professionals, because most of the students in the class are professionals, $2006, but through Saraf Academy it will be $1416, around $600 less. $600 will come to around 58,000 INR. 58 to 60,000 आपका सेविंग होगा थ्रू सराफ एकेडमी. And then this is payable by you to the institute in three parts. When you will register with the institute, you will pay $386. When you give exam, part 1 exam, at that time you will pay $515. And when you pay part 2 exam, then you will give $515. Total $1416. You can give part 1 exam earlier, part 2 earlier, कोई रूल नहीं है. पहले कौन सा देना है ऐसा नहीं है. दोनों के अंदर सिलेबस अलग है, कंटेंट अलग है, कोई रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. देयर इज नथिंग एज अ रूल क्या यू नीड टू गिव पार्ट 1 फर्स्ट देन पार्ट 2 जो मर्जी आप दीजिए सर. दोनों का सिलेबस कंटेंट अलग है. और हमारी ट्रेनिंग क्लासेस फीस है, इफ यू अटेंड माय लाइव क्लासेस सपोर्टेड बाय रिकॉर्डिंग्स, डाउट क्लियरेंस, मॉक पेपर्स, एवरीथिंग, that is normal fees is 57,500, but for today it is 50,000. You don't need to pay 50,000 now, but for today those who will register 50,000, because you are giving your time, you should be given some benefits. And there is a certified material we need to buy. We generally advise the student hawk material. For that there are charges 20,000. So including all everything, it is coming for professionals. If I will consider 1416 into 85 plus 50,000 training fees, our resources plus 20,000 certified material, 1,93,192. You take 195, and for students it is coming 1,45. This is the total cost, no hidden cost, nothing, for 1 year. The one third you will pay to the institute. Saraf Academy you will pay 50 and 20 now. Now in the sense we are saying that student can pay today 11,000. The balance they will pay before the batch starts. The batch is starting from coming Saturday, new batch. Coming Saturday morning 7 a.m. the live class. Before Saturday you can pay the balance amount. What is the balance amount? 1 second. The balance amount is 50 minus 11, 39 plus 20,000 for the material. This 386 you will be paying in the month of November, by end of November, 25th November. This 515 you will be paying in January for February exam, if you give it February exam. And this 515 you will be paying in the month of May for June exam. यानी कि ये सारा पैसा 3 बार में लगेगा, ये अभी लगेगा. If the student join today, you will be paying here. This is our bank detail. You will be transferring 11,000 here, maybe through this, and then balance you can pay before Saturday, when the Saturday will come. अभी इसमें ये एक और ऑप्शन है. Suppose you want to go for the loan option. आपके पास पैसे 50-20 नहीं है, because for this there is no loan, that you don't need to pay now. You will be paying to the institute the way you will progress. But this 50-20 you want to go for loan is possible, but then in that case it will not be 50, it will be 57,500. 57,500 plus 20 will be 77,500. You will be paying in 6 months. 16 in 6 months. 11,000 now. Balance loan will be there for 57 plus 20 minus 11. Balance you will be paying in 6 months every month. We will help you to get the loan from bank within 24 hours. You will share your PAN card, you will share your Aadhaar card and 6 months bank statement. If you are earning, if you are not earning, your parents' earnings statement. PAN card, Aadhaar card, and 6 months bank statement. Within 24-hour loan will be there. You pay to the loan wala monthly basis. They will pay us in one go. You don't need to pay any interest. The fees will remain this. But if you can pay upfront, that is 11,000 now, balance before the class starts, then it is 70, 70 minus 11. This 70 will be there only if the student pay 11,000 today. I am not focusing on fees, but just that you are attending the session today. You need to take a call. You can do your research and can decide what I should be doing. In total, it's a course where two exams include 6 plus 6, 12 subjects. Regular study of 2.5 hours is must. I will make you CMA qualified within 1 year. You will pay to the institute the 3 payments: entrance, membership, part 1, part 2 exam fees. You will pay to Saraf the training classes fees and material fees. And you will be giving exam first in February, second in June. Worst to worst, second in October. By October, you are CMA qualified. You are getting a certificate which has value in 150 plus countries, which is an institute 100-year-old, and the cost of doing the course is lowest as compared to any graduation or any professional course. And you are studying accounting, business and finance in AI model, which will help you to get opportunities in India and globally where your need is there. You are becoming a different person, different skill level to help the organization in the right direction. Investing 1 year, investing 1.93 lakh, investing in 2 exams, getting the reward of increasing salary and all that. That's your call. You need to decide whether you should be doing or not. And all the classes will be live, not recorded. Live session on Saturday morning, Monday evening, supported by recordings. Whether you attend the live class or not, once the class is over, automatically you will get the recordings. You can refer the recordings for revision purpose, or if you left, you couldn't do the class, that recordings will be there with you. You can see the recordings on one big machine, laptop, computer, one small machine, mobile phone. One big machine like this, one small machine, mobile phone. You will be able to do the recordings anytime, whenever you like. Now, whatever doubts anybody has, whatever questions, feel free. Maybe your question is illogical or anything. Mr. Anis and me both are there. I have not taught anything because we cannot teach anything in 5 minutes. That's not possible. 5 मिनट में कुछ नहीं होएगा भाई, इसीलिए मैंने कुछ टीचिंग नहीं किया है. Even though Anis was saying that technically Saraf sir will be saying, but sir, that is not possible in 5 minutes. कोई भी चीज पढ़ाने के लिए rhythm, example we need to give, and I generally don't teach very fast. I teach very slow so that everybody can understand the concept, which you can check on my YouTube channel. जो आप YouTube चैनल पे देख सकते हैं, समझ में आएगा. ऑफलाइन क्लासेस अगर आप कोलकाता से हैं, मैं अपने सेंटर पे हर समय रहता हूं. आप जब भी आके डाउट पूछ सकते हैं. वैसे हमने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि जो कैलकाटा के स्टूडेंट हैं वो ऑफलाइन एवरी फ्राइडे 3 से 4 बजे आ सकते हैं. 3 to 4 o'clock for doubt clearance. Classes will be online live, but you can come in the office anytime. But the fixed time is also fixed every Friday 3 to 4 o'clock. If you are from Kolkata, you can come, sir. There is no problem. और दूसरे दिन भी आ सकते हैं आप, मेरे से बात करके डाउट्स आपका क्लियर किया जाएगा सामने बैठाकर, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. बट क्लासेस इसी तरह ऑनलाइन लाइव होंगी.
इनफैक्ट राकेश, आई टेल यू दैट आप जब क्लासेस करेंगे ना, जैसे कि आज हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, ओनली दी प्लेटफॉर्म इज डिफरेंट, बट इट्स अ रियल लाइफ ह्यूमन बीइंग हु इज टीचिंग एंड हु इज एक्सप्लेनिंग योर डाउट्स एंड क्वेरीज. खाली यही डिफरेंस है कि वो फैकल्टी आपके सामने क्लासरूम में खड़ा नहीं है, आपके सामने स्क्रीन में बैठा हुआ है और वहां से क्लासेस ले रहे हैं.
मैं इसमें
इनफैक्ट आई
ऐड
विल
कर रहा हूँ
से
अनीश जी, आई एम एडिंग वन थिंग कि सपोज क्लास में 20 लोग हैं, 10 लोग हैं, मैं एक एक जन को इन्वॉल्व करके पूछूंगा, राकेश जी आप आंसर दीजिए, आपको क्या समझ में आया बोलिए. then Amit, you say that way the class is conducted, not it's one-sided. Every time involvement is there और आपको डंडा मार मार के पढ़ाया जाएगा सर. तो आप अगर सपोर्ट करेंगे तो होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होएगा. कैसे करेंगे सर? You need to support me to support you. That's the only thing I can say.
In fact, Rakesh, I'll add one more thing here. If you remember, when Sir was telling the batch timing, he specifically mentioned कि अगर आप एक पर्टिकुलर कंट्री से हो, आपको थोड़ा जल्दी नींद से उठना पड़ेगा. So the thing is that it's a global certification, and when you do a physical classroom, you will be able to see the students of Calcutta only. But जब आप online class में जाएंगे, you will be able to understand that how people are preparing themselves across in the country. दिल्ली का स्टूडेंट कैसे प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, केरला का स्टूडेंट कैसे प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, और मिडिल ईस्ट, पाकिस्तान, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश के स्टूडेंट कैसे प्रिपेयर कर रहा है. Based on those things, lot of students, what they do, they create their small groups, or apart from the classes, they come online and sit together and do joint study. So they clarify each other's doubts, they test each other's performances better. तो उसपे ना competition बहुत ज्यादा और strong बन जाता है वहां पे. तो you will be able to understand कि बाकी preparations कितने अच्छे कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर रहे हैं हम लोग के लिए. Any further questions? Will hiring
We
assistant
will
be
help you
provided?
in the
Yes.
hiring, 100%. Why not, sir?
Mohammed Aki, what we do, if you see my LinkedIn profile also, on and off, whenever we basically have a portal where every US CMA certified people will be able to check what are the requirements coming on and off, and these are real time updated. So today you might see there are 800 openings. Tomorrow you might see there are 920 openings. Like this, it keeps on updated. Number one. Number two is that there are a lot of companies who reach out to us that you need to immediately hire, and they cannot go to the portal and wait for people to apply. So उस टाइम पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उस पर्टिकुलर रिक्वायरमेंट जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन को हमारे जितने भी CMA सर्टिफाइड स्टूडेंट्स हैं अक्रॉस द कंट्री, हम पूरे ईमेल्स को उठा के हम उसमें उन ईमेल्स में हम ईमेल डाल देते हैं. So you'll have to keep a check on your emails also, because we keep on updating you a lot of information on email. And I personally also post, in fact, and everybody in India, IMA team members personally post these kind of job openings in their LinkedIn profile also. So you will anyways get to know from Saraf Academy also, because we inform Saraf Academy to push it to their student base, and they will by default help you. So there will be two things. One is IMA helping you. At the same time, Saraf Academy will be also assisting you in this kind of.
What additional help you will be getting from Saraf? I have taught personally more than 2 lakh students. Most of them are working. So whenever they have any requirement in their organization, they connect with me and they give their job description, JD, which I share with the students, and then they can apply for that. As I said, when I'm going in my building, 50 offices are there, they are asking, sir, कोई अच्छा लड़का बताइए ना, सर काम करना है. तो वो, if you are joining with me, if you are doing the classes, doesn't matter. Job help you will be getting from Prakash Saraf, Saraf Academy, always, sir. Always. First is student, then only second thing. तो जो भी हम लोग से प्रयास होगा, जो भी एफर्ट्स होगा, हम पूरा हेल्प करेंगे. थोड़ा सा आप भी हाथ पैर मारिएगा, मार्केट में जॉब्स है और जॉब मिल जाएगा, बिकॉज यू आर डेवलपिंग स्किल्स विच इज इन डिमांड. तो जरूर आपको जॉब मिलेगा, क्यों नहीं मिलेगा यार. Second thing, I am starting from 1st November, that is coming Saturday, part 2 only, sir. These will be part 2 classes, Saturday and Monday करके. और ये part 2 classes हम लोग चलाएंगे by around February mid. Like suppose presently I am teaching part 1. Today morning, today was the last class. Students are giving exam on 27, 38. So similarly, we will be taking 3.5 months, approximately around 30 classes. Per class each 3 hours, sometime 3.5 hours. So approximately 100 to 110 hour class. I will be teaching part 2 for coming 4 months, sir. And you will be giving exam in February for part 2. Then I will be starting from March part 1. March, April, May, June, and you will be giving in June part 1. That's the story, sir. I will be teaching Rehan part 2 only for this coming 4 months. The classes will be, I will say that you go on my YouTube channel, part 1, part 2, at least 100 videos are there, 3 hours each. You analyze whether it's Hindi, English, are you liking or not. Before joining, first thing everybody should be doing, go on Prakash Saraf official YouTube channel. The name of YouTube channel, Prakash Saraf official YouTube channel. Go in playlist, part 1, part 2, 50-50, at least classes are there. 3 hours each. See 1 or 2 of them. Understand how I am saying. English, Hindi, whatever. If you like, then join. Don't like, don't join. Simple. The proof is there, sir. Ample of classes are there. But it is English. Hindi, English mixed. 80% English, 20% Hindi, different. I say both, everything in both the language, so that every type of student will be able to understand. Sir, I am teaching CMA for 14 years and I have completed every term after term, part 1, part 2, never that in a term classes was not there. And I have completed in 3.5 months always. So this is not a new thing for me, Rehan. 100 to 110 hour class, self-study 100 and 210 hour, 200 to 220 hour study for each part. For last 14 years, sir. So there is no question. I am not a novice, not a new teacher, that whether I will be able to complete or not. For changing your domain, you need to do something, sir. You need to develop your skills. If you don't develop your skills, you will not be getting that opportunity. But I'm not saying that today you will complete a qualification, tomorrow you will get the opportunity. Don't think like that. There is no lottery. It will be taking 1 month, 2 months, 15 days like that. But you will be able to change your domain when you develop your skills. When you go somewhere and they are asking, then you need to reply. You need to clear the interview that I have developed my skills. Then only you will get the opportunity, sir.
Akib, I think you, as I see that you have done BCom in your graduation, and it is quite obvious that after BCom, लोग immediate job अगर ढूंढते हैं तो they get sales job. So whether it is BA, BSc or BCom or engineering or MBA, we usually get into a sales job. But post after working for sales, at times people think that that is not the right path for them, which they have already chosen. So with having the knowledge of BCom, I think shifting to finance will not be a difficult role for you, because these kind of couple of things you will find very common. You will have to manage your professional work because that will give you money, number one. Number two, it will carry your work experience also. 2 to 2.5 hours of dedicated preparations at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day that you will have to decide कि अगर आप जल्दी नींद से उठ पाते हो तो सुबह पढ़ाई करो, या अगर ऑफिस से आके आप फ्रेश होके शाम को बैठ सकते हो तो 2 से 2.5 घंटा आपको शाम को बैठना पड़ेगा. बट दिस इज रिलीजियसली यू विल हैव टू डू दिस. अगर अच्छा नहीं भी लग रहा है, आज बॉस का प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा था, सेल्स का प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा था, मंथ एंड था, बट फिर भी शाम को बैठो. Maybe you revise some old topics which you have already completed, but you will have to sit every day because ये consistency is very important. And trust me, it is a very simple exam because दो ही पार्ट है, पार्ट 1, पार्ट 2 है, but it is not an easy exam. आपको बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप को इन्वॉल्व करना पड़ेगा ताकि you get into that practice of learning every day.
सर अगर बॉडी बनाना है तो एक दिन एक्सरसाइज करके थोड़ी ना आएगा, हर दिन
Exactly.
करना होगा ना. तो अगर सीएमए पास करना है, हर दिन पढ़ना होगा. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है, बुखार है, तबीयत खराब है, हर दिन पढ़ना होगा. ज्यादा देर नहीं, 2 से 2.5 घंटे. दिमाग ज्यादा है तो 2 घंटे, दिमाग थोड़ा मंद है तो 2.5 घंटे बस. इसीलिए 2-2.5 आवर एवरी डे स्टडी. आई एम गिविंग यू गारंटी, आई विल मेक यू सीएमए विद इन 1 ईयर. हम तो बोल रहे हैं यार, और तो क्या बोलूं मैं. वट एवर योर ब्रेन लेवल, नो मैटर. You have science background, you have non-commerce, you have not studied for 4-5 years, all thing okay, no problem. जितना देर में पढ़ाता हूं उतनी देर में सब समझा दूंगा. आपको मेरी बात माननी होगी. ट्रस्ट ऑन मी, हैव फेथ ऑन मी, देन आई विल गिव यू द रिवॉर्ड.
So I think you have taken the screenshot of the QR code or or the details of how to make your booking amounts, or you can get in touch with your counseling team whom you have spoken to, or Prakash sir directly itself. I think it's a wonderful offer that has given to you. So without wasting much time, uh, book your seat, start your preparations, because after once you join also, we do one more set of orientation, revisiting all these informations once again. Because if you have to prepare for something, some examinations, you have to know that examination very well. And those who want the basic details of US CMA, you can just write CMA handbook in this chat option. So the Saraf Academy team will also share you the CMA handbook. So you need to know everything, every information about the CMA examination. Either you can download from the website, or you just write CMA handbook in the chat, and the team will send you the CMA handbook itself. Uh, Shakib Sheikh Nayab, there's a question, sir. Is any aggregate
Nothing,
matter?
sir. No aggregate. It's out of 500. You need to score 360 to pass, as Mr. Anis said. कोई एग्रीगेट वगैरह का कहानी नहीं है। पार्ट 1 अलग है, पार्ट 2 अलग है। दोनों पार्ट में 500 का एग्जाम्स है, और 500 में आपको 360 स्कोर करना है।
So in case you have any questions in mind, that question can be a silly question, but trust me, जब
Yes.
तक वो question का answer आपको पता नहीं है, that is a very important question.
Yes,
तो
100%.
जो क्वेश्चन आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, आप हेसिटेट मत कीजिए, बिकॉज इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपके सामने आईएमए का भी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बैठा हुआ है, और the highest person possible from Saraf Academy is Prakash Saraf sir, who is presenting this session. So who is going to take your classes the next preparation itself. So any question, जो भी दिमाग में आपके आए, write down that question in the chat. We'll take 1 more minute, 2 more minutes to answer your questions. Or else after the session, you can reach out to the Saraf Academy team and clarify your doubts.
But the handbook is not getting pasted here, sir.
Okay, I'll try to
Yeah. No
share.
problem. Because in the handbook, all the things which we are saying is written. No issue. Anybody has anything to ask? Any question? We are there here for further 2-3 minutes. किसी को कुछ भी पूछना हो मन में, you can unmute yourself, you can say also, you can say you're saying whatever you are asking. No need to type. आप अपने नाम के सामने जाइए, अनम्यूट करिए, और जो बोलना है बोल सकते हो सर। जय कुमार, जितिन, महबूब, पौला टोल्ड, रेहान, अकीब, नयाब, जिया रहमान, and anybody else if I forgot your name, sorry. Anything to say? Anything to ask?
No, sir, nothing from my
It's
side.
clear, sir. Yeah, clear, sir.
Everything clear. Good,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Even
if there is no question at the end of a session, there could be two options. One is that you understood everything. The second one is that you did not understand anything. So for the benefit of this session and the hard work that we put in, we will choose the first one, that you have understood and we have tried to clarify all your doubts.
Okay.
And it is just the matter that you start your preparations now for the US. So all the best to all of you, those who
Yes.
are here today and those who were there in this particular session. And I wish you very best for your preparation in the US CMA. The future is for the finance people, those who are in whatever professional career right now. You can transit yourself to core finance and work for finance companies or for non-finance companies, but in the finance department division itself. The role of the US CMA is more of an FP&A, which is financial planning and analysis, which is more in the role of a CFO's office and not rote accounting job, maintaining book of accounts and stuff like that. So it's a very, very interesting subject, very interesting examination where you get to learn and you have a complete different perspective of business in this particular examination. And no one can be a better faculty like Prakash sir. जितना डांटते हैं क्लास में, अगर आप YouTube पे
Sorry.
वीडियो देखेंगे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. जितना डांटते हैं आपको, जितना उतना ही प्यार से आपको पढ़ाएंगे. A coach, the job of a coach is to be very strict. अगर मिल्खा सिंह के कोच टफ नहीं होते तो मिल्खा सिंह शायद मिल्खा सिंह नहीं बन पाते. So you need a tough person and you need a person who understands the students very well. So he has been teaching for last 35 years. He has cleared CA. He has made people clear CA, CMA and these examinations. So you can be rest assured that this is the best person to stay connected and clear your plans ahead. Over to you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to your students. It was lovely.
First of all, thank you, Mr. Anis, because you are gem. Not because you are in the meeting, but normally you are saying everything open-ended. And about me, I can say that if somebody is investing their time and money, they should be getting the reward anyhow. If you are investing your time and money, that's the most important thing in life. पैसा तो फिर भी अब दे देंगे, समय कोई नहीं देगा सर. और आप अपना समय दे रहे हैं और you have given your time 1.5 hours already. That means you are very serious and you are very serious about the course. Think logically. If you have anything to ask, but it's a good investment in your future, and I am there to full support you that you achieve the course, you achieve the certification within 1 year if you support me. Okay. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, Mr. Anis, and thank you all of you for attending this session, making this session a very good session. Thank you. Tada. Bye bye.